Hey everyone, today's video I'll be reviewing Milwaukee's 7 1/4 inch cordless miter saw. This saw has been out for a while and I've heard mixed reviews about it. So it's time to put it through some real testing. But first, we have to take it out of the box. Well, Milwaukee wasn't kidding. This is a light saw at just 28 pounds. Here's what came in the box. The manual, like we're gonna look at that. A 42 ATP blade, 5 amp hour battery and charger, hold down clamp, and a dust collection bag. This is a dual bevel with a brushless motor and blade brake. It has a typical rear rail system and a star knob for the bevel. Has a single piece fence on the base and sliding fences on top and an adjustable detent plate, which is nice. I picked this up at Acme Tools with a battery for $549. If you watch the Metabo 7 1/4 inch video, you know that saw was $1,249. Let's see how the Milwaukee compares. Good testing starts with accurate tools. Let's start by taking a look at the handle, motor, and controls. The circuit boards and components are sealed and soldered, which is good. Here is the light and shadow line switch. Next is the trigger and safety switch. Here you can see how the safety switch actually works. Let's see if we can get a better look at the motor. It's a slanted gear-driven setup. Here are the battery terminals connecting to the circuit board, which controls the torque and RPMs. Right below the motor is the spindle lock button for removing the blade. Overall, a simple, clean setup and easy to access. Next is the plunge lock. This is a common pin design. Star-handled bevel knob. This is also a standard design, but a step down from the geared bevel adjustment, which is a nice feature to have. Here is the 90-degree bevel lock, allowing you to bevel tilt and stop at 90. Disengaged, you can bevel in both directions. Here is the 90-degree stop set screw. Next, the detent latch, made of formed sheet metal. While it's okay now, I don't know if I trust it to hold up. There's a fair bit of flex in the metal. The locking lever held firmly. The detent lockout knob worked. The saw miters to the right 90 to 42 degrees and the left 90 to 42 degrees. The miter table was 22 thousandths out. This is way out of tolerance. The lower fence was straight within a thousandths. This is good. And square to the base within a thousandths. Also good. Now let's look at the sliding fences. They tilted in about 1.5 thousandths. This is not too bad and can be adjusted. Next, let's check the rails. Superglue and tape to the rescue. The rails ran true through the guide, but they were not very smooth and created a fair bit of vibration. You can see how the needle chatters when touching the frame. The blade plate was 41 thousandths, way too thin. This is a terrible blade and you should know that you will need to purchase a good blade. This is a nice feature, being able to lock the blade guard out of the way. Next, let's check the head deflection. This is an important test. At around 25 thousandths, that's not too bad. Another really important test is a parallel blade test, and this saw was 11 thousandths out. That is not good at all. Time for the 90-degree miter test. You can see it's way out, so let's adjust it. Start by loosening the plate, Then using a block and some gauges, you can accurately adjust the plate. Retighten, then cut another test piece. Here it is, accurate to less than 1/1000th of an inch. Next, let's check the opposite side. Wow, that's way out. We will need to adjust this half of the fence. This unfortunately will affect the other side. Finding a happy medium is all you can do in this situation. I moved the fence over as far as possible. I would have to enlarge the hole to move it over any further. This is definitely not ideal. Let's do another test cut and see where we're at. We were able to drastically improve it at 10/1000ths, but let's look at what that cost on the other side. Initially the fence was within 1/1000ths and now we are 4/1000ths. And the left side, which we dialed into 1/1000ths, is now 3/1000ths. Anytime you compromise, accuracy is also compromised. Let's set the bevel. This set screw makes it a pretty easy task. Time to cut the vertical test at 3.5 inches. Square within 1/1000ths, not too bad. What's going to happen when we cut the other side and the miter table is 22/1000ths out? You guessed it, it won't be square. This is why it's crucial to have the table and fences be straight. 20,000 is way too much. Let's check the 45. We'll cut two 3.5-inch pieces, glue them together, and check the 90-degree corner. It's within 1/1000ths in 10.5 inches, so not too bad. Now let's cut a 65/25 sloped octagon using standard 5¼ inch crown on the flat using a miter and bevel cut. Here it is, no touch-up, straight off the saw. Okay, this is why really testing tools is so important. There is a lot more that goes into quality work than just pulling the trigger and plunging. If the saw isn't set up right or can't be set up accurately, then quality of work suffers and costs you more time. Because of the out of parallel head, we had to compromise on the accuracy of the fences. And because the miter table was so far out, it affected the vertical cut. The vibration in the rails is also not ideal. The sloped octagon didn't turn out too bad. It would definitely need some work to be finished, but at least it was in the ballpark. Now I've been working on this saw for a while and tuning it up, so I know how it works and what flaws it has and how to counteract them while making a cut. So I wouldn't expect to get these results right out of the box. The saw is lightweight, cordless, and dual bevel. These are nice features. It's also 60% the cost of the Metabo. But like the Metabo, is definitely not an ultimate saw and has many flaws. The Metabo is a better saw overall, but in my opinion, worth around $600, not $1,249. But I'm not here to sell you either saw. I just want to give you real testing and facts. What you do with that is up to you. Thanks for watching. Hit that like button if you enjoyed the video, and don't forget to subscribe. That helps me make these videos for you. And I have a lot more coming, so stay tuned and see you next time.